Hello Wargamers, I'm Inquisitor Coteaz, and welcome to a third battle report in a row with my friend William. Instead of bringing Titans or Space Wolves, this time he's bringing the new Guard. So as you can see, many guards, but he does have his tried and true Marines on bikes and Inquisition detachment as well. So check the liner notes for full army list. We are playing the Tippcon tournament mission number 3, which is Relic, with an alternate primary of hold and secure objectives. However, both of us chose just to do the Relic, so there it is. He is escalating First Blood, and I am escalating Line Breaker. So stay tuned for the bottom of the top of turn 1. My opponent is going first, and let's see if I can seize the initiative.
Reroll.
Oh! Oh, so close. Alright. Alright, halfway through turn 1. It hurts so bad. So bad. Alright, so this Wyvern guy, he's got shredding on his template, so that made some short work of Fire Warriors over here. But other than that, everybody moved up, spaced out to avoid template damage. And as you know, you're probably surprised by this. I know. Sit down. The bikes came at me. And so they weren't quite in range for getting the juicy targets back here, but they joined in on the fight to take out the Fire Warriors, and only 3 remain. There's also a unit of Pathfinders here, you might remember, and they are no longer, so they granted First Blood to my opponent, and my other unit of Pathfinders is pinned. So, halfway through turn 1, this is the board.
And I have the Relic.
Oh, and yes, that Chapter Master has the Relic. So, go. Alright, bottom of turn 1. Broadsides, Crisis Suits, and the 3 remaining Fire Warriors shot at this unit here, brought them all the way down to 2, which was finished off by broadside over here. This broadside shot over here took out a few bikes, and then my Skyray was able to take out the Wyvern. So that's the bottom of turn 1. So the pain train did not stop. It was the bikes that took out all the... No, it was the...
Ignore cover.
The ignore cover Lascannon shots that took out the broadsides. A few pot shots at the remaining Fire Warriors, and the drone took out a Fire Warrior, causing them to flee, and took out that last drone that was here as well. So, no more broadside unit. I'm devastated. And then really the coup de grace here was the orbital bombardment that killed my Skyray and my commander, who failed both his lookout stirs and just ate it. Really, just little crispy guy right there.
And the Skyray blew up and killed a drone.
Yeah, and then when the Skyray blew up, it killed a drone, and this unit is pinned. So I have a pinned Riptide, no commander, and no Skyray. Very few marker lights. I just have that one marker light left, and yeah. So that is the bottom, or that's halfway through turn 2. Let's see if my reserves come in. Sniper Crute, do not. Outflank Crute, do. And then 2 jet bikes will come in. So, alright, on the bottom of turn 2. Alright, bottom of turn 2. Very eventful. Riptides and Crisis Suits were able to dwindle down the bikes to just these last 2 guys. Both units of bikes that came in were able to pick off an additional guy. Like I said, so it's just those ones there. And then this Riptide unit, although pinned, was able to fire some snapshots at the Thunderfire and bring it down to 1 wound. Crewed outflanked, and were able to take out one of the throwaway units of guys back here, claiming a kill point. And yeah, so basically jet bikes are just trying to hide and not get killed, and everyone's holding tight over here at the bottom of turn 2. Alright, halfway turn 3. My poor jet bikes. These guys are dead. That guy's still alive. So is that guy. But basically what happened was these bikes came over here, shot him, didn't do anything, but then charged in and were able to take out 2. A little bit of overkill situation here. Lascannons, jet bikes. But they could only see 2, so that guy got away. Over here, sorry to say, my Kroot were a victim of Imperial scum orders and Thunderfire Cannon, and were just completely wiped out. So, 10-man unit, not surprising.
Yep.
But, yes, on to the bottom of turn 3, let's see if my last unit of Kroot comes. Does not. Rolled a 1. Alright, on to the bottom of turn 3. Alright, bottom of turn 3. These guys are still locked in combat. Other than that, a few pie plates to the guard here. We're able to wipe out a fair number of them. And the last jet bike is just hiding over here. But, yep, on to top of turn 4. Alright, halfway through turn 4, everybody over here shot at the crisis suits when they could, and was able to kill out 1 shield drone from the Lascannons. The rest of the guard were able to clean up the last unit of fire warriors here. And then combat over here, the last jet bike finally fell, so these guys are out in the open. Alright, so it didn't work out the way I wanted.
There was some crazy dice in there.
Some crazy dice, some crazy elite space marines, you know, superhumans and everything like that. But yeah, so I really, I was not able to even get line breaker with any of these guys. They're tied down by their drones. Was able to get line breaker with the 1 remaining jet bike. Crew came in, I didn't even bother putting them on the table, but they were trying to take some pot shots using sniper rifles at Khan, who is all the way over here, and were unable to do so. But the crisis suits, in an attempt to try to make this unit drop the relic, were able to put 2 wounds on the chapter master, but alas, that was not enough. So, you know, guard were resilient, particularly with the onslaught of bikes. You know, I was able to clean those up, but not. Didn't really matter because the objective was the relic, not kill bikes. So, in all, my opponent had a decisive victory, claiming not only the relic, but slay the warlord, line breaker, and beating me in kill points because he had escalated first blood. So, not even going to add up the points, but it was a lot to very little. So, thanks for watching, and happy wargaming. So my opponent and I talked, you know, after the game like you normally do, and he had some good points, so I wanted to discuss those a little bit before I let you guys go. So, yeah, basically we're talking about what types of things I could potentially change in the list, and also, you know, where I erred in my strategy. And the biggest thing we were talking about was that I was backed in the corner the whole time, and the reason why I did that was because I didn't want to expose my riptides and broadsides to all the Grav and Melta that were in those bikes. I want to give myself time to remove that threat before moving out. And, you know, I was able to do that, but I never moved out of that corner after I you know, neutralized those bikes. So part of that is because we only went to turn 4 due to time limit, but also I was just not as aggressive as I should have been in my movement, and movement phase wins games. So that was a problem that you know, I imposed on myself tactically. Additionally, we were talking about whether or not I should have had my Kroot out on the board to begin with. Now, I didn't have my outflanking Kroot on the board at the beginning because they're not there to be on the board at the beginning. They're there to come in late game off the side and, you know, pick off whatever they can, or do line breaker or something. And so that makes sense that that small 10-man unit came in later. But I had that 17-man unit with sniper rounds that he was saying, you know, might have been a good idea for me to have on the table. And You know, in hindsight, that's probably right. You know, it probably would have been good to have them. They could have brought a lot to the table, no pun intended, with taking out those bikes a little bit quicker, or pumping shots into the blobs, or something like that. They probably could have pulled their weight. And if they're in a forest, you know, that would have been good. The reason why I didn't put them on the board is because I was concerned about the ignoring cover blasts that were coming from his artillery. And, you know, Kroot need cover in order to stay on the table. And I didn't want to put this big unit of Kroot out there just for him to, you know, blast away with ignores cover shots. So that's why they were in reserve. Basically, they were there to wait until the threat from ignores cover artillery was gone. And, you know, that was kind of, you know, looking at the commands that guard can give is kind of a silly idea, because you can give guard more shots, ignores cover, tank hunter, whatever. And so whether or not they had the artillery, he had the firepower to take out the Kroot, so I should have just had him on the table to begin with. But yeah, as my first time playing the new guard, and really, no, I've played guard a few times in 6, but yeah, my first time against the new Codex, you know, they definitely have strength in numbers, and their artillery was good. I really like the Wyvern. Seems like a great asset to the army, especially when you pair it with you know, something like Grav-gun bikes and Melta bikes and stuff like that. That list was well equipped for the missions, and mine was not as well equipped. So yes. Yeah, so I think basically what I'm going to do moving forward is I'm going to try to increase the durability of my troops. I'm going to switch back to an ethereal. I used to take an ethereal all the time, and I have been lax in my ethereal taking. I'm going to increase my etherealness, and I'm also going to increase my fire warriorness, just because the fire warriors are more durable and have longer range and can do more, you know, right off the bat, whereas Kroot are really better for late game type things, or if you're facing flying circus or something like that. So yep, this is probably going to be my last battle report before Tippcon, and I will be more than happy to share with you my experiences at Tippcon afterwards. So look forward to that. I'll be putting up a video telling you how it went. So again, thanks for watching. If you like this video, I think you know what to do. And of course, your comments and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. So happy wargaming.